समाज करा पड़ेगा।
Yeah, now we will discuss the programs corresponding to decision tree algorithm as well as random forest algorithm. So coming to first thing, we will discuss the decision tree algorithm. So here initially we need to go to our working directory. It is intent folder. In this folder we have classification. In this classification we have decision tree and random forest classifiers. So here in this, yeah, we need to create a new file. So before creating new file in it, so I want to open our previous files. That is, so I want to implement same, I want to apply same model for the this model. Sorry, for this position that salaries only. Sorry, for the previous CSV file only, I want to apply this model to check the accuracy, to compare the accuracy in the future. I think it is not that thing. It's PC1, I think. So here I'm taking this one as a reference to implement a decision tree algorithm. Yeah, good. It is the file. So here I want to implement same algorithm for decision tree. So here I'm creating new project, that is decision tree 1. Sorry, I want to rename this thing as decision tree 1. So here I'm saying DCT1. So here I want to use this thing for classification problem. Initially, first step, what is our first step? We need to import essential libraries. So here I am importing essential libraries. So here after importing essential libraries, what we need to do? Sorry. Wait a minute. So here after importing essential libraries, what we need to do? We need to read CSV file. How to read that CSV file? So here I don't have that CSV file in this working directory. For that purpose, I'm copying that entire path of that CSV file, which is present in different folder. So here I'm reading the file which is present at the different location. After that, what we need to do? So here next, I want to see the top 5 rows present on that specific data set. So here I'm observing that data. So after that, what we need to do? Our next step is, what is our next step? We need to divide our data set in the form of training and test set. Sorry, that is, we need to divide our data in the form of inputs as well as output. Those are nothing but features as well as response vector. We are doing that thing. So after doing that thing, what we need to do? So here we need to split our data set in the form of training and test set. We need to split our data set in the form of training and test set. So here I'm doing same thing. After this, what we need to do? Our next step is we need to apply feature scaling. So here coming to this algorithm, we need not to perform feature scaling. Whereas here I'm performing feature scaling to visualize the graph with 0.01 visualization. Sorry, 0.01 resolution. To obtain the graph in faster manner, here I'm performing feature scaling. But coming to the decision tree, feature scaling is not important. So it is must and should required whenever at the backend of algorithm, whenever we are following the Euclidean distance measure, then we should perform this feature scaling. Whereas coming to this decision tree algorithm as well as linear regression algorithm, most of the times we need not to perform this thing also. So here, if you perform feature scaling also, it won't impact anything. Whereas that is not must and should thing. Whereas coming to the Euclidean distance measure, for let us assume for the k nearest neighbor, we are following the Euclidean distance measure. For the SVM also at the back end, we are following the Euclidean distance measure. On such cases, we should apply this feature scaling. So here it is not must and should thing, whereas to obtain the graph in the faster manner, here I am applying feature scaling. After applying feature scaling, what we need to do? We need to apply our model. So here we need to apply our model. So here how to apply this thing? So here from sklearn dot. So here it is a decision tree algorithm which is belongs to tree family. Decision tree algorithm belongs to tree family. So for that purpose, from the trees family, here I am importing class as decision tree classifier. We need to use decision tree classifier. So here we need to use decision tree classifier which is present in the tree family. So after using this classifier, what we need to do? We need to create an object with that specific classifier. How to create an object? So here I'm saying classifier equals to. So here we need to create an classifier with the decision tree. So here we need to create an object with this. So after this saying, I want to know the information regarding this object. So here, if you observe this classification, here we have by default criterion is Gini index. So here it is one more criterion, whereas here I don't want to consider this Gini index as a criterion to fix a root node. I want to keep entropy criteria to fix the root node. So we discussed about entropy criteria. That's why I want to keep entropy criteria. After that, splitter, whatever the best splitter is there, by default it is taking the best splitting method only. And these are the different parameters. Out of all these parameters, important one is this criteria. So to form this decision tree, to fix the root nodes as well as to split the entire tree, we have two criterions. One is the Gini index criteria, another one is the entropy criterion. So coming to this project here, by default one is the Gini index criteria, but I want to use entropy criteria. So here I want to use entropy criteria for my algorithm. So here I'm saying Control C, I'm copy pasting that thing. So here I want to use criterion as an entropy. So I will forward the PDF corresponding to this criterion thing. So corresponding to this entire decision tree, there you will get about the Gini index also, how to find the Gini index also. I specified everything on that PDF. So here, next one is here, if you want to keep the random state, you can keep random state, whereas I don't want to keep the random state. So here, I am executing this portion. So here we consider the criteria to fix the root nodes as an entropy. After that, what we need to do? We need to fit our data. After that, everything is same. We need to fit our data to the training data. To train the machine, here we are fitting the data. So here it is about this thing. After fitting the data, we need to predict the outcome. After this, we need to predict the outcome. So here to predict the outcome, here I'm giving test set data. So here if you specify the test set, sorry, here again I performed a fit method only. Classifier dot predict method. To predict the outcome, we need to use predict method. In this predict method, we need to specify X test. Here it is about predicted result. So after this thing, what we need to do? So here, after fitting the data, what we need to do? We need to apply predict method. After applying predict method, so here we need to evaluate our model performance. So here I want to evaluate our model performance. Why predict is not defined. So here I want to specify why predict here. So here it is our confusion matrix. So if you observe this example here, we predicted 9 points wrongly. That is nothing but we are obtaining 91% accuracy by using decision tree algorithm. So by using decision tree algorithm, here we are obtaining 91% accuracy. Whereas if you want to test some sample, we can test that thing also. It will predict accurately as well as correctly. So here, if you want to see the progress card, that is nothing but classification report, you can see the classification report also for this thing. So here we are obtaining 91% accuracy. Coming to this decision tree algorithm, we are obtaining 91% accuracy for our previous problem. So it is about decision tree algorithm. So here, whatever the algorithm you want to apply, every step is similar except applying the algorithm. So coming to the applying algorithm, here you need to remember one thing, that is you are applying algorithm from which family. So here, where it is, yeah, here. So here you need to remember family name as well as classifier name. Let us assume here if you want to apply random forest algorithm. So for the same project, I want to apply random forest algorithm. What we need to do? So here from the sklearn, from the sklearn dot, so here it is belongs to the ensemble method. So here for that purpose we need to use ensemble family. So from the ensemble family we need to use random forest classifier. So here random forest classifier. Whenever you want to use random forest classifier, we need to input that random forest classifier. So here this random forest classifier is imported successfully. After that, same thing I am doing, classifier. So here I'm saying classifier equals to, we need to create an object with this specific class. Here I'm creating that thing. So here I want to observe all the parameters present in this random forest classifier. So here I'm clicking on shift tab. So here again it is following by default Gini index and n estimators. N estimators are nothing but to check the performance of this decision tree, how many decision trees you are using. So here we can specify the number of decision trees also by using n estimators. If you don't specify the number of estimators, by default it will consider 500 decision trees to check the performance of random forest algorithm. So here I want to consider these two parameters. So here I want to specify these two parameters. So whereas here I want to specify number of estimators as 10. So here that means I want to consider 10 decision trees to predict the outcome. Whereas coming to this Gini index, here also in place of Gini index, I want to use criterion as an entropy. So here till now we know about entropy only. That's why I want to keep criterion as an entropy. So here we fitted our model. So remaining everything is same only. So here after this thing, what we need to do? We need to fit our data to model. So here I am fitting data. After fitting, we need to predict the outcome. So here to predict the outcome, so here I'm saying y predict. So here I'm saying y predict equals to classifier dot predict. So we need to predict the outcome for x test. So here we're saying x test. After that, what we need to do? We need to apply. So we need to see the confusion matrix to check the performance of our algorithm. So here I want to check the confusion matrix corresponding to this thing. So here it is an algorithm. So here if you observe how many samples we predicted, only 6 samples we predicted wrongly. That means here we obtained 94% accuracy. That means by using this random forest algorithm, we got more accuracy compared to the decision tree algorithm. Here we got more accuracy. This is about this thing. After this, if you want to increase the number of consider 100 decision trees. If you don't specify the number of decision trees, by default it will be considered as 500 decision trees. It is about decision tree algorithm. So after this, what we need to do? We need to visualize the data points in the graphical manner. So here it is visualizing the data in the form of graphical manner. So initially we need to observe this data for, we need to observe this thing for decision tree, right? Yeah, here till now. Yeah, yeah, good. So we will do one thing. So here we are what we are doing. So here we are replacing classifier with the, initially we use a decision tree classifier, and finally we are replacing that thing with the random forest classifier. So for that purpose, after evaluating this model performance itself, I want to add these two steps, that is visualizing that graph. So for that purpose, what we need to do, we need to execute everything from the starting onwards. That means, so not entire portion from this tree itself, we need to execute this thing. So here we need to plot the graph for decision tree classifier initially. So here after that, I want to visualize the confusion matrix for that thing. After that, it is the confusion matrix classification report. After that, we need to visualize the data for, yeah, decision tree. So here it is a graph. So if you observe this thing, here we have discontinuities. That means it is a non-continuous algorithm. So here, if you observe this red data point, so to train the machine itself, we are not following any simple line. So if you observe the previous model, here if you follow the SVM, here we have Gaussian kernel. That is nothing but here we have contour like an continuous contour. Whereas coming to this decision tree algorithm, here we have lot of discontinuities. That is nothing but it is a non-continuous model. It is a non-continuous model. So after this thing, if you, so here it is about training the data. After this, we need to test our model performance. To test our model performance, what we need to do? So here we need to plot same graph for test samples or test data. We need to check our model performance for the test data. So here I'm copy pasting same thing here. So here it is about testing the data by using decision tree algorithm. So here it is a non-continuous and it is a discrete model. So here it is about a decision tree. After this, I want to observe the same graph for random forest. So here initially we will observe the graph for training data. After that, we will see the graph for test data. So here it is about random forest algorithm. So here coming to the random forest, it is about training data. After training the data, we need to predict the outcome for, sorry, we need to visualize the test data. Here it is, test data samples. So here coming to the decision tree algorithm, it always goes to the overfitting problem. So to avoid that problem, we have two techniques, that is nothing but pruning techniques. One is post pruning, another one is pre pruning. So here I did not explain you regarding that thing. So go through the PDF, you will get to know what is pre pruning as well as what is post pruning. To avoid underfitting problem in the decision tree algorithm, sorry, overfitting problem in the decision tree algorithm, we have pruning techniques. So it is about a decision tree algorithm. So coming to, yeah, it is about project. After that, we can create a decision tree regressor also. To create the decision tree regressor, so I kept that file in the regression folder. So in the regression folder, I kept a decision tree regressor. So for the position salaries.csv, I want to apply this decision tree regressor. So here everything is same only. Initially, we need to import essential libraries. After that, we need to specify features as well as response vector. After that, so here in this data set, we have only 10 samples. So for that purpose, here I'm not dividing our data set in the form of so tests and training samples. So directly I'm considering entire data to train the machine only. And finally, we are fitting decision tree algorithm. So here coming to the decision tree regressor also, it is also belongs to tree family only. So here in place of classifier, here I am using regressor. with the same thing, here I'm creating decision tree object. So here I'm not specifying the criterion. By default, it will be considered Gini index as an criterion. So here, if you predict the outcome, so it will return. So if you predict some position, if you give some position, it will give the corresponding salary to his level. So here it is giving output like 1,50,000. So if you observe next step, so if you observe the graph for the training data, so here if you observe, you can observe the discontinuities. So here these are it is a line which is joining all the points. So you can observe the bends here. You can observe the bend here. You can observe the one more bend here. So if you observe the same graph for the test result, you can get to know whether it is a discontinuous graph or not. So if you observe this thing, you can easily observe the difference. So here it is completely a discontinuous plot. Sorry, it is a completely discontinuous plot or a graph. So here it is about decision tree regressor. So we can use random forest regressor also. So in the same way, we can use random forest regressor also. So if you have any doubts, in the next session, you can ask me. So in the next session, I will keep 10 minutes for the discussion session only. So here it is about decision tree algorithm, and here we applied the random forest as well as decision trees also. So after this, we will see one more project to understand this decision tree working clearly. So here in the same working directory, in the classification folder, I want to do one more project. I want to do one project. Yeah, wait a minute. So here I want to use this kyphosis data set to do a new project. So initially we will import the data set to understand the behavior of the data set. Before that thing, what we need to do, we need to import essential libraries. Here initially we need to import essential libraries. After importing this essential libraries, here I want to add one more library, that is Seaborn. I want to use one more library, that is Seaborn. So after that, here I'm using matplotlib inline also. So if you want to use this thing, you can use, or else if you don't want to use, you don't want to use this thing. So here I'm using essential libraries. After importing essential libraries, what we need to do, we need to read our data set. So here I want to read our data set. So for that purpose, pd dot, sorry, I want to read CSV file. So here, what is our CSV file name? So here, if you don't know the CSV file name, so here I'm going to this working directory. Here we have file name. So here it is present in the same working directory. So that's why here I'm directly copy pasting that name. So here I'm reading this data frame. After this, I want to observe the top 5 rows present in this data frame. So here I'm observing this dot. Kyphosis is a one kind of disease. This is one kind of abnormality in spinal cord. So here kyphosis is nothing but it is an abnormality present in a spinal cord. So remember this thing. So for that purpose, so here what we need to do, whether the person have kyphosis or not. So whether the person's body kyphosis is present or not. So here it is our outcome. So here it is our response vector. And based on the age and number of vertebrae and starting vertebrae, based on these features, we need to predict this kyphosis, whether it is present or not. So here age is nothing but here age is specified in months. So that means we took this entire data for child only, that is children. So here we consider children data only. So in the born children, we are observing whether the person have kyphosis or not. So here number, this number represent in which vertebrae he has that specific abnormality. So here vertebrae is nothing but, in simple words we can say like that. So here it is like yeah, you can search in Google, you will get to know what is a vertebrae in spinal cord. So here in which vertebrae, sorry, number of vertebrae, so having this disorder, as well as and starting vertebrae, with which starting vertebrae it is starting. So here it is the data set which we have with us. So after this thing, what we need to do? So here I want to perform exploratory data visualization by taking help of pair plot. So in the pair plot, what we need to specify? Here we need to specify data frame name. So on which data we are applying this thing. So in the data frame name, based on which attribute you are performing this thing. So here I want to perform this thing, whether the person have kyphosis or not. So here I am using kyphosis column. So here I am using this kyphosis column. If you want to use color, you can use the color also. Whereas here I'm not using any color. So it is still loading. So here it is about the data distribution of kyphosis. So here based on the age, whether the person have kyphosis or not. So here blue color line represent the absent of kyphosis. That is nothing but spinal cord abnormality, and red color line represents the presence of spinal cord abnormality. So here this is about the pair plot. So it is not a required thing. Whereas if you want to visualize this thing, you can visualize this thing. So after this, so here I want to split our data set in the form of training and test set. So here I want to copy paste same step. So here I'm copy pasting same thing. Here I'm splitting a data set in the form of training and test set. After this, I want to apply. So here X is not specified. Okay, good. So before this thing, we need to split our data set in the form of training and test, right? Here we did not did that step. So we need to perform that step initially. So before splitting our data set in the form of training and test set, we need to divide our data in the form of features as well as response vector. So here I want to use, I want to say X equals to from the data frame except the first column. So that means I want to drop the first column. Df dot drop. Which column we need to drop? Kyphosis column. So here we need to drop kyphosis column. So here we need to drop this column, and we need to drop this column, right? So for that purpose, we need to specify axis equals to 1. It is my input. After this, we need to specify output. So we need to specify output as a kyphosis column only. So here I'm saying df dot kyphosis. So here we need to use this column as an output column. So after this, I'm running this portion. So here we are running this portion. This will be executed successfully. After this thing, what we need to do here, we specify. So yeah, next after splitting our data set in the form of training and test set, what we need to do, we need to apply our decision tree model. So here I want to apply our decision tree model. So I'm doing same thing. I'm copy pasting same thing. So after specifying that thing, next we need to fit our data to the training data. So here it is about fitting to the entire training data. After that, what we need to do, we need to predict the outcome for test samples. So here we predicted that thing. After that, we need to observe the confusion matrix corresponding to this thing. So here, so out of, so we consider how many samples? 13 plus 3, 16, 16 plus 3, 19. So here out of all the samples, we consider 21 samples for testing the machine. Out of 21 samples, we are predicting 16 samples correctly and we are predicting 5 samples wrongly. So for this, I want to observe the classification report also. So here it is about observing the classification report. If you observe the classification report, it is giving 78% accuracy approximately. Approximately, it is giving 78% accuracy. So here to visualize this data in the form of graphical manner, if you want to see the decision tree, initially we need to install this PyDot module. So here PyDot is a model. If you install this model, you can visualize the decision tree also. Whatever the tree plot by default at the back end, you can see that tree also. To install this thing, you need to open Anaconda. Sorry, you need to open Anaconda Power Prompt. Sorry, Anaconda prompt. In the Anaconda prompt, after opening the Anaconda prompt, you need to enter this command: conda install PyDot. So to install this thing, you need to connect with internet first thing, and second thing is, so you need to open that Anaconda prompt with the administrator permission. After opening that Anaconda prompt with the administration permission, you need to enter this command. After entering this command, it will ask you to yes or no kind of statement. Then you need to type Y. So if you type Y, it will proceed further. So here I will show you how to plot this tree. So here for this purpose, we need to import lot of packages. So here I am importing all those packages. I want to display the decision tree from my Python. So we need to check each and every line whether it is present in my laptop or not. So for that purpose, I'm taking every time new shell. Yeah, it is also present in my laptop, no problem. So after this, we need to visualize the tree, right? So for that purpose, from the sklearn, we need to go to tree family. Not GlueVis. Here we need to import GraphViz. It's a package which is used to visualize any graph. So here we need to take help of this GraphViz. Export GraphViz. We need to export GraphViz. Okay. Yes, good. It is also present in my laptop. So features. I want to observe all the features present in the data frame. So here I'm using features as. So here I want to observe all these features in the form of list. So here I'm applying list type getting function to our data frame. So here df dot. I want to accept the data which is present in all columns except the first column. So here first column is our output column, right? So for that purpose, here I'm not considering our first column except the first column. Here I'm considering all the columns to for input. So here I want to see features. So to predict the outcome, we are considering these features only. So after this, we need to visualize the graph. So here we imported all the essential libraries. After importing all these essential libraries, we need to visualize this graph. So here string input output. So with this, we need to create an object. So those all are classes only. With those classes, we need to create an objects. Export graph is. So with this also, we need to create an object. In this object, we need to specify the attributes. So for the which thing you want to visualize the graph. So here for the decision tree, we need to visualize the graph. So I am specifying decision tree. So comma out file. I want to consider dot underscore data for the output file. And what are the features names you want to keep? So here we have feature names attributes in this. Feature underscore names. So if you do spelling mistake also here, you will get a trouble again. So here I want to consider features names as features. So after this, we have one more attribute in this. Whether you want to fill all these boxes or not. So here I want to fill each and every box. So for that purpose, I'm specifying true. So if you want to rounded off all the zine indexes or not. So for that purpose, here I'm keeping rounded off also true. So here I'm saying true. So here after that, after this, we need to create graph. So here I'm using pi dot object. In this pi dot object, here I'm specifying the parameter. Sorry, here we need to specify pi dot dot. So it is not a required thing. Whereas if you want to visualize the graph, it will be look beautiful.